Well, hello, I'm back with a video of me painting using acrylics, and oh boy, did I have trouble with this canvas. It's not stretched, and I don't know why I didn't secure it to the table like an idiot with masking tape or whatever, so it kept on curling up. But instead of securing it, I decided to do it the hard way, wait for it to dry, iron it, and then secured it. Dummy. But anyway, then I used a white soft pastel pencil to do my outlines, and then I started painting my roses. Now for these colors, I mostly used brown, black and white, a little bit of yellow there in the background, and of course burnt sienna. And because I wanted to keep the tones earthy, earth tones, I've painted my roses using the exact same colors. I just used a little bit of extra of burnt sienna and yeah, kept it this nice muted earth tone because part of the reason I did that is because I wanted to paint the butterfly bright blue. And I did that and it came out pretty well. You'll see a little bit later on. Now, when I started painting my roses here, I did each and every individual leaf. The petals, I mean, not the leaves. The petals. I started painting from light to dark. So on the outside of the petal, I painted the highlights in white and then went darker with the burnt sienna, the dark brown, and the black to where the shading will be. And I blended it as I went along before it dried. So, because I did that, the black obviously never stayed pure black, but because it was blended into the brown and the burnt sienna, and the highlights, it had a nice, rich, and deep um, feel to it, and it did not look flat at all. Because that's always the trouble you have if you paint with black, then there's always that worry that it's going to come out looking flat. But blending it along as I did, it worked out splendidly. Splendidly, my dear, splendidly. Anyway, so I carried on with this rose and I worked from the outside petals to the inside petals, and I decided to do all the roses like that. So for the next minute and a half, not really a minute and a half, but for a little while, you can just watch me do that. I did speed up the video significantly because I was doing this very repetitionally, and so I did the roses all the same, so I sped them out quite a while. This is why this video is so short, but it took me a while to do, believe me. Anyway, I'll come back to you a little bit later on. Part of the things that I was considering while making this composition, the roses in the foreground, the butterfly um, a lot bigger, so it's like a huge butterfly. So it's not really supposed to be taken literally. But part of the reason why I did this is because I wanted the butterfly to stand out, and the roses almost like it's surrounding it, almost as if the roses is the border for the butterfly, showing off the butterfly. That's what I went for. And I'm not disappointed I did it that way, but I suppose somebody else may have come along and said, no, 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 make a couple of little butterflies. But I wanted one big, bright butterfly amidst these toned down roses. For the actual leaves of the roses, I did use a dark green, but I mixed it a lot and went over it with the burnt sienna so that it can have the same muted tones and not stand out as this extremely bright green, because that's not the focus of the picture. Then I started with the butterfly, and just like the roses, I started with the highlights first, and I used a bright blue. What color blue is this? Let me just quickly check. Of course, yes, it's an ultramarine blue. Yes, it was a brilliant ultramarine blue that I mixed with white, and I really wanted this to be as bright as possible. And because the rest of the background and the roses is earthy tones, this blue almost looks luminescent to me. And that's exactly what I was going for. And of course, the outline of the black and putting in the veins and everything, it really made this butterfly pop. And I just love it to bits. I love blue butterflies. I'm sure I'm not the only one. And then, of course, after I've made my final rows, I added in the white spots into the butterfly in the black. And then I also added some extra highlights in the roses and the leaves. And I also just touched up on the shading as well, just to give it a little bit more depth. And then, of course, the highlights. And then my picture was finished. And because I'm me, I decided to put in some shiny stuff. So I used my metallic watercolor paint and added some metallic shine to the outline of the butterfly and in its wings, and only the butterfly, nowhere else needed it. So let me just show you guys. Yeah, just hang on a second. Show you if I can tilt it to the sun like this, then it has that slight shine to it. Just love my shinies. Anyway, this brings us to the end of this video, and this is the part where I ask you to please like this video. Give me some constructive criticism in the comments if you want to. Please subscribe to my channel. And remember, I'm going to make another video soon. So thanks for watching if you made it all the way to the end. Love you guys. Bye.